We'll check in on our decision 2024 in the race for the White House.
All right, so let's get this done, Arizona. Thank you.
All right, so Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, rallying in Battleground State, Arizona tonight. Part of a swing state, of course, to tour and then energize voters and introduce Walz on the national stage.
News 4 Tucson's political specialist Eric Fink is live in Glendale after they just wrapped up this event. Eric, why was this campaign stop so important to the Harris-Walz ticket?
Oh, hey there, Sean. Well, you know, Arizona is one of 6 or 7 swing states that will decide this presidential election. Arizona has an outsized importance and its 11 electoral votes because it will be very, very close. And let me tell you, the Democratic enthusiasm, the energy has changed over the last 3 weeks as Vice President Kamala Harris has emerged at the top of the ticket. The enthusiasm palpable. I've covered 4 cycles here in Arizona, 2 midterms and 2 presidential. And we got word there was more than 15,000 in the crowd today. I've never seen something like it here for an Arizona political rally. And the crowd really giving a very warm welcome, both to Vice President Harris and her running mate, Governor Walz. So thousands were on hand, as the Democratic ticket made their way to Arizona for the first time together. Vice President Harris announcing her candidacy only 19 days ago when President Biden stepped aside. And in those 19 days, she has reshaped the race against former President Donald Trump, with Arizona now rated by the Cook Political Report as a toss-up state. Nearly 21,000 Arizonans have signed up, according to the Harris campaign, to volunteer. And the stretch run of this campaign that has 88 days to go. And just a short time ago, the Democratic ticket outlining their vision for voters. Both Harris and Walz says this is a fight about freedom.
Look, in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. We maybe wouldn't make the same choices, but we respect them. And I know in Minnesota and in Arizona and places across this country, you know what makes society work best is when you learn a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
Generations of Americans before us led the fight for freedom. Now, the baton is in our hands.
And former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords and her husband, Senator Mark Kelly, coming on stage shortly before the Democratic ticket. Interestingly enough, Congresswoman Giffords and Tim Walz coming into Congress together in the same freshman class in 2007. Senator Kelly, a finalist to be Vice President Harris's running mate. We will hear from them coming up at 11 o'clock. The Democratic ticket now wraps up their Battleground State tour tomorrow with a stop in Nevada. They'll campaign in Las Vegas. Coming up at 7:30, more from Vice President Harris, and we'll hear from a Tucsonan who made the trip up to hear the Democratic ticket. We're live in Glendale this evening. I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you for that.